Backroom Creations. We're here tonight. We're going to make a scarecrow on a rail. Mr. Scarecrow is back. I've used him one other time and put him on a wreath, but tonight we're going to put him on a rail. Just want to remind everybody, yeah, I'm sure it was hot in the garage. Tell Roy to hook up an air conditioner. Go online and find one. Or redneck it. Get an ice bucket of ice and a bucket and a fan. So, anyway, Floyd's down there at the bottom. That's the one I have. We are going to, every live, I do have some questions. People want to know what I used in my live, where I got my ribbon or my embellishments. So I personally make a recipe card every time I make a live, and that's what I use to make my information sheet that my husband puts on YouTube. So I'm going to share that information with you through our email list. We started an email list last week, and you can access it two ways. He put it there at the bottom. Is that the one? Is that the one you pinned? Okay, so he pinned it at the bottom of the sheet. You can get to it by going to our website, www.ourbackroomcreations.com. It should pop up there and you can sign up for the email list. Or on Facebook, there at your top bar where you click more and scroll clear to the bottom, it'll say email sign up. So you sign up for the email list, and tomorrow or tonight later, I'll email everybody my recipe card, and you can get all the SKU numbers for all the ribbons and the things that I use in my lives. So, okay. So, also, if you would, sprinkle the love here, and I have a YouTube channel as well, if you wouldn't mind going over there and sharing some love over there. We did recently launch our website that I just named. It's brand new. I still do have my Etsy shop, but everything that's on my Etsy shop is on our website now. Thank you to my husband. So, and if you've seen on the Facebook, we have a goodie bag. It says goodie, goodie, goodie. So here's my goodie bag. And for every 50 people that I get on YouTube, I'm going to draw a goodie. So you just had to put done in the post, and the bot will draw a name, and I'll pick something out of the goodie bag. So if you're wondering what's in my goodie bag, I kind of go through my room every day, and I got some breast cancer awareness ribbon. I got some fall ribbon. Got some more ribbon. I got some signs that we made. I got some signs that I bought. Like, here's a cute little fall truck, and there's a whole bunch of signs in the bottom. So I'll pick something out of the goodie bag. And I might give goodies out during my lives on Facebook too. So share the love so we get people coming in here. So first of all, you have to give Mr. Scarecrow a colonoscopy or lobotomy or whatever you want to call it. He's got to have an operation. So this is what's in the bottom, because they're shelf sitters, because they're supposed to be made to be sitting. So this is just a bag of crushed rock, and it's probably a good pound, but you don't want that in your wreath or whatever you're making. So I just pulled his pants down and give him a snip snip and pulled this out, throw it away, and then I hot glued his butt. So he's much lighter now. Be much better for the rail that we're going to make tonight. I like making rails. I made one the other night. It's all full of glitter. I don't know if, yeah, you can see the bottom part of it up there. My husband says I'm not allowed to carry it around the house. There's glitter everywhere. Okay, so we'll set him over here. And I have a 22-inch. I would have rather used a natural color one, but all I had was a white and a blue one left. So I got to order some more. So it's got 22 inches, 4-inch squares. It's got 11 ties on it. So, but I fold my ties under. I don't let them like stick up through. So you won't see them anyway. So 11 ties. We're going to do a poof and rolls. So this is the 21 inch. It's the apple and moss. It's like a two-tone color. And then we have, it's almost like a window pane, but it's not all the way cut all the way through. I got this one at Craft Outlet. I love this one. This is a fabric stripe. I got some yellow, sunflower and white. It's kind of really soft. And then of course our natural jute. Okay, so let's get started.
We have Anna joining us for the first time.
Hi Anna, how are you? Where are you from? Oh, turn it around the wrong way. I don't have a mesh roller, so I just drop it on the floor. So we're just gonna gather it all up, and I always zip tie my ends. I don't let the ends be raw. I do about 12-inch poofs. You want to make sure that your edges are not wrapped around front, and we'll just tie that to the end with a zip tie. That way you won't have raw edges that'll fray. Just looks a lot nicer.
And it's from Winnipeg, Canada.
Oh wow. We can meet in Niagara in about 4 hours. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to do about 12-inch poofs. Sometimes I measure, sometimes I don't. These rails are so light that... So I just tied it at the end. It's not in a tie right now. So we're going to put it in our first tie. It has 11 ties. They're odd. I don't know why. This is the only thing that I use that has the work wreath form. Everything else I use my own pipe cleaners. I recently found out that you can buy just the frame on Craft Outlet, and then you can put your own pipe cleaners on. Because I just don't like the thick ties. It's just not my style. Hi from New York. Hi Stacy. Thank you for coming by. You wouldn't mind sharing the love. Bless my page, whatever you want to say. If they were up to me, I'd say sprinkle the glitter, but I don't know if anybody would know. Well, Angela would probably know what I meant, but because I love glitter. My husband doesn't like that. I love glitter, but the cat even sometimes has glitter on him. I think the only room in the house that doesn't have glitter in it is probably my son's room.
Don't bet on that.
But we might, he might from the cat, so, because it's his cat. I
don't mind the glitter if you can keep it contained in your craft room.
We can never contain glitter. I try. So we're down here at the end. Oh, okay. So we're down here at the end. Oh, why don't you switch cameras so they can see down here at the boil? We're going to switch cameras so you can see. We're down here at the end, so we're not going to like wrap around. What I'm going to do is, here's my poof, and I'm going to do another 12 inches and bring it down, and then I'm going to cut it. That fall bow is actually what's going to go on my rail tonight. I usually make my bows ahead of time, just because I sometimes take a little longer. I just started making wreaths in March of this year, and my first wreath did not even have a bow because I couldn't make one to save my soul. But I just started watching tutorials, and I got me an easy bow maker. Okay, so this is what we have. This is just one side, all poofs. So now we're going to flip it around and do our other side. Each end is has a poof of its own turned up underneath. I'll put a zip tie on, oh, that's the other end. Put a zip tie on this end, and just an added protection to make sure that it doesn't ever come out. I usually don't have long tails, but I found out when I made my Christmas swag the other night, it looks really nice on a swag. Okay, so now we'll start our other side. I'm going to even up my edges here. I don't even know if I would ever want a mesh roller. I kind of just like it right in front of me. I didn't cut that very straight. There we go. So we'll just gather it up. Make sure you don't put your edges in the middle, or else you'll get all wonky on you. So our tie is clear here on the end. So I will put it in there, but I'll still put a zip tie on it. So we're gonna make us a loop. A little bit smaller. The other side's smaller. It's got a little 4-inch zip tie in there just to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. Well, the weather here today was only like in the mid-70s, and it was beautiful. Okay, so now we'll do our poofs down this side. I guess, and I kind of measure, so I kind of do a little of both. Always fluff them out as you go. This is more of a, it's a two-toned basic mesh, basically. It's kind of stiff. It's a good base mesh, especially when you're going to put other things on it. What's everybody else making lately? Fall, Christmas, Halloween, all the above? I've been kind of bouncing back and forth. I didn't make a whole lot of Halloween. I don't know. I just don't know that the kids are gonna, do anything for Halloween this year, so I didn't really spend a whole lot of effort into it. Hi, Christy. How are you? So we're down here at the end again. It goes really quick. These are the shorter rails. They do make longer ones. I don't know if I would want one very much longer. So we found our point where we're going to make a poof, and then we brought it back under. I'm good. I had to clean up my craft room today before my live because I had glitter and glue and all kinds of stuff everywhere. Yesterday was a embellishment day. I was working on that rail when I was watching your live, Christy. Okay. All right, so now we're all secure. We got our poofs. Now, I always have a lot of stuff in mind, and I never use it all. So the Scarecrow's definitely going on there. And I have another sign. This is one of our signs. It's a gnome. I love gnomes. And I've got some fabric covered pumpkins from Walmart and some little hay bales from Dollar Tree and some pomegranates and some pumpkins, and I got some little velvet pumpkins, and those are from Walmart. So we'll see all what we get into. Here are our ribbon tails. They're cut at 14 inches. Did you hear that, Angela? 14 inches. I always use 12. Yes, glitter's always fun. So we have a little glittery Scarecrow, and I love this. I have this in the 2.5 inch and the 1.5 inch. It's the orange and the moss green and the burgundy. And then the pumpkins of the different sizes. And then this pretty copper and brown glitter. Gotta put glitter in there. I don't care. So I'm not sure what all we're going to use. Not sure if I'm going to put the sign on it or not. But we're getting prepped if we're going to. So I don't know about you guys, but you can either cut holes or punch holes in your sign, or use the, didn't get them out, the cable mounts. But I found that the cable mounts just don't stay on their own. So I put a little E6000. And the key to that is letting it dry. So we're going to put some on there now. Need me a popsicle stick. I moved it. I kind of just spread it out a little bit so it'll dry. We're just going to let that dry. And then we'll put the cable mounts on there, and then they don't go anywhere. So we're going to get these out of the way. And here is...
There you go, just the...
Huh?
Stacy said she loves the gnome sign and beautiful ribbon choices.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Stacy. And then I cut some fabric. It's like the flex tubing, but it's the fabric tubing instead of the shiny flex tubing. We might use that. If I don't, I have this big cheese ball container I store it all in if I don't use it. So, and then we're going to use my third hand. Here's my third hand. I bought this explicitly to help me. I don't make bows with it. So we're just going to put these in tubes. And I kind of put them in random orders from tie to tie. And it goes so much faster if you make them in bundles. I have learned in the past few months. Let's see, this was my 6th one. Okay. So you just want to take your ribbons and fold them in half to find your middle. Give them a little pinch, squish them, and there's your bundle. Stick it all in there together. So if we want to, we'll see how this looks. I kind of just make mine like a figure 8. And then bring this one in, bring this one in. Everybody does theirs a different way. I don't like mine standing up tall, real tall, but just enough to give it a little. I wanted to tie in the yellow. The only sunflower ribbon I had was a 2.5 inch, and I already had my 2.5 inch ones picked out because there's sunflowers in the Scarecrow ribbon, and there's sunflowers in the gnome. I love gnomes. I've made so many gnome signs.
Alice said she loves the ribbons, and Stacy said that looks easy. She's never made a mesh wreath.
Oh, I am, Alice. It's my aunt. So, yep, so see, there's your bundle. It went in really quick. This is actually a rail. So, we'll just continue with our next 3. And then I try to put them in different orders than what I did there. So, I noticed that my natural's on top, so I'll put my natural in first, just to make sure that they're different. And for some reason, my rolls or my tubes, whatever you want to call them, are always usually by 3s. So Stacy, what kind of wreaths do you make if you've never made a mesh wreath? You make grapevines or florals? Grapevine. I do like grapevines. Seem to go like they go together so fast. I haven't done one on a live yet. I was talking to my husband. I need to get an easel made so I can do it and so I can show it better making it. I really don't like these ties how they show. Everybody tells me to get over it. I might put a pumpkin in there or something. I've got these little balls or something. You never know. I got all kinds of stuff around here. So we got our little, I call it a window pane. It's not quite a window pane. It's on top, so we'll put it on bottom first. I recently discovered, I don't know if you guys know, that Michaels now has bulk ordering on some things, and grapevines is one of them. And they actually, I forget how many you have to order to get it in a bulk, but they end up being like $3.40 a piece, so it's a really good deal.
Stacy asked if you could tuck the ties to the back.
Yeah, I'm trying. They're thick ties. They're not tucking like I would, like I do that with my I might, you know what, I might cut them off. My husband's over here thinking he's knowing.
I've watched you do this enough.
That's a little bit better. I always say, don't cut them all the way short, because if you make a mistake and you have to get into your bundles, it's a nightmare if you've cut them off too short. That's a little bit better. Here we go. Okay, so we are in this one. So I will make a grapevine here soon, as soon as I get my my wooden easel made. Grapevines are just so hard to show somebody laying flat. I have to get used to the long ties. I like it, but I'm just so used to 12-inch ties. Some people ask me how big to make the rolls. I start rolling. I like mine a little bit tighter than some people. Some people like to use the inside of a mesh, like the mesh tubing. Nine times out of 10, if it's got glitter on it, I like it. I think the fabric tubing helps tie the yellow in with the ribbon and the rolls.
Looks good so far.
I do have 2 kits available in my shop. They're pixie kits. I sold all my big gnome kits. I haven't made any more. There's a mini Scarecrow kit and a all that glitters. The snowflake one. If anyone is interested. All my tutorials get uploaded to YouTube. Thank you, Anna. And really, the rails are kind of versatile for a lot of different things. You can use them hanging on your door. You can put it in the center of your table. You can bend it over your mailbox, depending on what's put on it. I've made them in several different ways. Easter time I made mailbox ones. Had a big old egg right in the middle, so when you bend it over, the egg was on top of the mailbox. And also my rails, I can attach them to a cemetery saddle to put on top of a cemetery gravestone. Thanks, Aunt Alice. What's Uncle Don doing? So my grandkids some of them are going to school, some of them are at home school. 3 of my grandkids are coming to stay all night in a couple of nights, and they gotta log on and do schooling the next day. Well, one of them does. The other 2 got pushed back, the younger ones. So we're all done with one side. So this is all one side. So now we'll flip it around and start on the other. It goes pretty quick when you do it in bundles. Now, if you don't have a Bodabra, before I bought that one, I would put them together, I would clip them together, and I just have a big bin of clothespins. I would just clip them all together, and then when I was ready to put everything together, I would undo them. So let's see here. We want to start with that one. So see here, even if you don't have one, here's a bundle. So we'll start here, just kind of crisscross over. So here's your bundle. So you don't have to have a bow dabber to do that. Makes it a little easier.
Chrissy says, girl, you don't look old enough to have grandbabies.
Oh, I turned 50 this year.
Tell her how many grandbabies we have.
We have 8 grandchildren, and there's 8 children between us, his and mine. Grandkids are ages 6 to 12. And that's just from three of the children. All goes well, we might have another one next year. My stepdaughter's trying to have a baby. Having some issues. There we go. See if the tube just gets under there and just pull it out. So there's an alternative way to doing the bundles. Okay. He says I'm getting out of the way. This way? Okay. My cameraman's over there telling me which way to turn. It's kind of hard for a whole rail to get on the camera, because they end up being almost as long as my mat, almost 34 inches long.
Stacy says your signs are amazing in your shop. Do you have any cardinals?
Oh, like bird cardinals? No, I haven't made any yet, but I can. I was gonna make the one. What's the one that says if a cardinals are near? Something about angels. I thought that one was cute. We just started making signs a few months ago. Huh? Oh, Pam. The bottom part's okay, but the top part's still not feeling the greatest. I go back to the doctor Thursday. I'm supposed to go back to work. It's been 6 weeks, but I don't know. We shall see. I don't have a mailbox that I can have a mailbox swag on. I told my husband, he just put a mailbox up on a pole and put it up on the porch. I don't care. I can't wait for Christmas, because I got like railings I want to make a swag for and all kinds of stuff.
I told you I don't want to move the mailbox off of the porch because we get too many packages.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stacey. You lost both your parents. I have both mine. They're in Illinois. Okay, where are we at here? Scarecrow. I know, it's been 6 weeks already. Yeah, I know you've had foot problems too. Mine feels like it's broke or something. I don't know. He's probably going to tell me I still have to have the custom orthotics. But the insurance company pays for them, so yeah, whatever. You like the cardinals? I can make some.
Was that a little bit of a priority list?
Yes. You want to private message me, Stacy, and then that way when I have it made, I can send it to you. I actually did get some cardinal images to do that. The ribbons are going wonky on me. There we go. I love this. It's kind of like a light lime. I looked on Craft Outlet's website, but they're out of it. I buy stuff and then I don't use it for a while and then I find it, and sometimes I find something I want to make a kit with and I can't get it. I'm dropping my ribbons here. No problem, Stacy. It's actually been 6 weeks ago that I really started making signs because I was grounded to my recliner for a week. I could only get up and go to the bathroom, and that was about it. And that's all I did for a week was make signs. Oop. That one went flying.
Glitter on my computer card.
My husband has a computer cart that he uses to do the lives with, and he says he has glitter on it. What me? The cat did it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we just have one more tie. Do-do-do. See, I need a scarecrow. There it is. Just cut one extra, that one. I always cut one extra every time. If you cut an extra, don't throw it away because you can always use it to like make a center ribbon. You know, like if you make a circle in the middle of your bow. I have a whole drawer full of oopses that I've cut too many of, or you have just a little bit more left on the roll. I'm going to go to a craft show and I'm going to make some bows. My first craft show. Pam, there's a craft show. Well, there's one in September, but I'm not going to it. It's Wendell August Forge out there at Millersburg in Berlin. I think I need a new pair of snippers. Alrighty. Should turn those on already, but oh well. Okay. So can you see it? This is what we got so far. Thank you, Christy. Okay. So now, let's attach Mr. Scarecrow. So I have 26 gauge wire. It's real thin. You could probably use something else, but I just like it because it goes through the mesh really easy. I use a big long, it's an upholstery needle. I attach my wire to it and I just feed it right, it goes right through the mesh. Thanks, Pam.
Stacy said good luck with your show, all of theirs were canceled.
This is an outdoor one. So,
Just about all of them were canceled. Right?
Yeah, a lot of them were canceled here too, but this one's an outdoor one, so they're letting us have a few of them. So what we're going to do is, right here in the back somewhere, I'm just going to take the needle here and I'm going to feed the wire through. And then I'm going to twist the wire. Just twist it like that a little bit. And then I'll probably put him, I gotta leave room for this great big bow. Why don't you switch cameras because we're getting a little bit bigger than what we can show over here.
Yeah, that's too big for the side camera.
Yeah, side camera is not big enough. So here's the bow I made earlier. And I was planning on putting, let's see, about in the middle. Let's see here. We put Mr. Scarecrow. I usually don't like my tails to hang much lower than the swag. So that's probably about right. So I'll just take my needle here and I want to make sure that now a rail isn't too hard to find your crossbars, but when you're going through a wreath, you've got a lot of layers and ruffles and rolls and all that. So I see my wire, my rail wire. So I won't need the needle, but these are lovely to use. I only suggest using really fine wire like the 26 gauge, but I see my rail right there, so we can attach him to. Go. And then, you know, you can gauge if you need to put another wire on him. I don't care if his legs are flowing. I kind of want his legs to kick off to the side a little bit. So just make sure you always wrap them around the frame. No matter what you put your big embellishments are, you always want to make sure that they're wrapped around the frame and not, you know, a tie or another embellishment, because you don't want them to, the weight of them to come off. I always cut my wire too long, but that's all right. Sometimes it's hard to get up in there with short wire. There we go. So just shake him. He ain't coming off. I want him to kind of kick his legs off to the side a little bit. There we go. So now we'll attach our, I always do my bows with a zip tie in the middle, and then I have a pipe cleaner to attach. That was probably, hopefully an extra, yeah, that must have been an extra one. Okay, so, I think that's about right. And that needle I had, pipe cleaners will fit in it, just a little snug. But I got the wire here, the frame. I always suggest to the customers to make sure that they're putting their rails or their wreaths under a, a door that has a roof or, a little bit of a shelter. While the mesh is waterproof and, like, I'm not putting my sign on here because there's just not enough room. But, my signs are UV protected. They will fade. You want your wreaths and stuff to last as long as possible. I recycle my stuff. Like, I had a big 20-inch frame on the front this spring, and I had some butterflies that were okay, but the mesh and the ribbon faded. So I just took the mesh and ribbon and threw it away and saved the butterflies and saved the frame and made a Halloween one. Okay. So how are we doing here? I always take my ribbons and kind of curl them. Some people like to twist them. That's just not my style. It's okay if you do. It's what makes, Katie was talking this morning, some people think that the wreath industry is so saturated. Well, it's really not, because we all have different styles and different ways of doing things. Some people make Deco mesh, some people make grapevine. Not a lot of people make grave saddles. Every season I have a coworker that her husband died, and I make his memorial stuff. What you guys think?
Stacy says it's beautiful. Anna says it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Kristen says absolutely gorgeous.
Let's see what else we can find.
Yeah, you're going to put the sign on that.
No, we're not putting a sign on it. Bet you I can get a pumpkin on it, though. Listen, those who know me know I work at Walmart. And when I was still working, they dropped a shipper. Shipper is the thing that sits out in the middle of the alley of pumpkins and picks and all this stuff. And I'm like, we're already getting, this was like June.
6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 6 weeks ago, because it was like my last day of work before I had surgery. And I bought an 18-gallon tote, and I filled it up with picks and pumpkins. Literally. So, I'm good for a while. I'm good till next year. So, what do you guys think?
Sonia says it's beautiful. Stacy says stunning.
Oh, thank you, Stacy.
Yeah.
Think a hay bale will go? I don't know if I want to take the plastic off of it. I swept my craft room earlier because it had glitter all over it. Have you ever has anybody made a lollipop? Where you take the foam and you fold it and then you roll it up and you put it on a craft stick. I got to making those yesterday. My husband's making fun of me. I don't know if I'm going to put that on there or not. Let's see here.
Maybe worse than the weather.
Oh, it might.
We don't have a dog that's ready to the pocket.
So I attach some people use wire. I could use a wire to attach these. I tend to break a craft stick in half and make a hole. And then I glue it in. Yeah, my glue's almost done. I don't have my glue pot's a variable temperature, so I don't like my glue to be real hot, or else it never dries. So I just stick it down in there and glue it to the underneath. Oh heck, I'm not even at an hour. I'm doing good. Let's see here. The only thing when I make grapevines, I always feel like I have to put everything on the grapevine and then I got to go back and glue everything. Because I have to like look at it for a while to determine whether I think I like it or not. And usually I don't. Usually I change something.
Mary said hi, first time watching.
Hi, Mary.
Where do I recognize that name from?
She might want to be one of Katie's. Thank you for stopping by, Mary. We're making a pumpkin rail. We're at the part where we're adding some embellishments. Here's our pumpkin? Making a Scarecrow rail. We did poofs on a 22-inch rail with 14-inch ties. Adding some fabric pumpkins there. Am I add that or not?
Oh, it's Mary from San Diego. She's on Angela's block.
Oh, okay. My husband's Mary's trying to decide where he knows your name at, and I'm like, it's the internet. That's not gonna work. I might have to use some wire on the hay bale. My son messaged me and stuck it right in front of the comments. Let me know he's staying with his girlfriend. So I'm just going to slip some wire. It's got little wires on the hay bale here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it. I'm going to like lacquer it, spray, so it won't shed all over everything.
See, I was right. Mary is from Angela's live.
Yeah. I tend to spray some of my stuff if it's gonna fray. I'll spray the edges with some Krylon. Oh, I found a stick from my pumpkin. So I didn't put him on the real good because I'll probably take him back off and take him outside and spray him so he doesn't, because it's a mess. So, I do think I've got almost all of my ties hid now. I think I want the little curly Q. There we go. Put him down here at the bottom. I love those little curly Qs.
Mary said it's so cute.
Oh, thank you, Mary. I'll go back. Tomorrow morning I'll take it outside and I'll hang it up and look for any frays or anything and take good pictures of it during the day. Make sure all the ribbons are straightened out. Like Angela, I'll mess with my bow like there's no tomorrow. I think I want to add, I'll make this anymore.
Mary said your crafting looks so awesome.
Thanks. I try. It drives me nuts. Like today, this morning, I normally don't like go to bed and have it a mess, but it was such a mess, and I was so tired yesterday. I went to bed and it was a mess, so I'm like, oh, I gotta go get up there and get all that stuff picked up, because it was a mess. I had glitter everywhere, and craft foam, and glue. But I do try to keep it picked up. I had all my messes in the bins underneath. I think that is probably enough stuff.
I concur.
My husband says it's enough stuff. He and I always don't agree, but what you guys all think?
It's too bad you couldn't fit that cute sign on there.
I know. Right at an hour. Wow. I used to take like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't think I need to add any more. Now, I don't normally say that, and then tomorrow the picture will have a lot more, but I don't think I have much more room to add anything. I think I might, yeah, I'll have to tighten him up a little bit, just so he stays up here. Thanks, Christy. So thank you guys for stopping by. And I will work on that cardinal sign. Send me a message so I can send the picture back to you, let you know that it's done. And if you guys have any ideas of anything, any signs that you want or any kits that you like, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. So thank you so much for you guys stopping by. I'm probably going to do a couple more lives this week because I may have to go back to work. So I just want to get going before the work thing starts going back again. If you ever have any questions, don't feel bad about giving me a jingle, and I'll see if I can help you out. So thanks again, and you guys have happy crafting. Bye-bye.